Nobody expected Northwest's basketball game to turn into one of the most uncomfortable celebrity family moments of the year. At first, fans thought it was just another awkward co-parenting situation between Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Two exes. Different seats. No interaction. Nothing unusual. But then new footage started spreading online showing the icy tension between Kim and Kanye inside the gym, and according to people close to the situation, what happened afterward allegedly left North emotionally overwhelmed behind the scenes. Now the internet is in complete meltdown mode trying to figure out what really happened that day. Because this wasn't a red carpet. This wasn't an awards show. This wasn't some staged Hollywood appearance. This was supposed to be a safe space for a 12-year-old little girl playing basketball while both of her parents watched from the stands. Instead, fans noticed something deeply uncomfortable. Kim and Kanye allegedly refused to even acknowledge each other's existence. Witnesses online described the atmosphere as cold, tense, and painfully awkward. People started zooming into every second of the footage. Where Kim sat. Where Kanye stood. Who avoided eye contact first? And whether North noticed the tension while playing. And trust me, once rumors started spreading that the situation may have become emotional for North afterward, social media completely exploded. Because according to online speculation, this wasn't just about one basketball game. This was years of divorce drama, custody battles, social media wars, Lewis Hamilton rumors, public breakdowns, and emotional tension finally spilling into the one place their daughter was supposed to feel protected. Now fans everywhere are asking the same heartbreaking question. Did Northwest just witness the moment her parents' co-parenting relationship completely collapsed in front of her eyes? Because once you hear what insiders are allegedly saying happened behind the scenes after the game, this story becomes much more emotional than anybody expected. To understand why this basketball game turned into such a massive emotional story online, you have to understand one thing first. The relationship between Kim Kardashian and Kanye West never truly ended emotionally after the divorce. Legally? Yes. Publicly? Maybe. But emotionally? The tension has been building for years. And according to people who have followed the situation closely, the real damage has always shown up most visibly whenever their children are involved. Especially Northwest. Because North isn't just any celebrity child anymore. She's old enough to understand tension. Old enough to read social media. Old enough to notice awkward silence. And old enough to recognize when her parents are pretending everything is okay while the entire world watches. That's what makes this story hit differently. This wasn't just another celebrity gossip headline. This was a little girl reportedly standing in a gym surrounded by cameras, strangers, and internet attention while her parents allegedly operated like complete strangers in the same room. And honestly, that visual alone made people emotional online. But according to insiders, the roots of this situation go much deeper than one basketball game. The problems between Kim and Kanye have reportedly been escalating for years through custody disputes, public interviews, social media rants, leaked texts, disagreements over the children, and constant tension over how public their family life should be. At one point, fans genuinely believed the two were making progress. Back in 2024, footage surfaced showing Kim and Kanye appearing much friendlier at one of their children's games. They reportedly smiled, stood together briefly, and even looked comfortable sharing space publicly again. People online celebrated instantly. Comments flooded social media saying, "They finally matured. They putting the kids first. This is healthy co-parenting." For a moment, it genuinely looked like the war between them had cooled down. But according to people close to the situation, that peace allegedly didn't last long. Because underneath the smiles and public appearances, the deeper issues reportedly never disappeared. And honestly, the internet started noticing that almost every major conflict between Kim and Kanye eventually circled back to the children somehow. Especially North. There were arguments over music, Arguments over social media. Arguments over public exposure. Arguments over parenting styles. At one point, Kanye West publicly complained about not feeling like he truly had equal access to his children despite the joint custody agreement. That statement shocked people, because Kanye sounded genuinely hurt. He reportedly questioned how joint custody could feel real if he allegedly still felt disconnected from major parts of his children's daily lives. Meanwhile, Kim repeatedly pushed back publicly against the idea that she was keeping the kids away from him. In interviews, she described co-parenting as hard, emotionally exhausting, and deeply stressful behind the scenes. She also allegedly admitted there were periods where the children hadn't even heard from Kanye consistently for months. That revelation hit the internet hard, because suddenly the public wasn't just watching celebrity drama anymore. Now people were debating parenting, mental health, stability, and emotional responsibility. And according to fans online, North ended up emotionally caught right in the middle of all of it. That's what makes the basketball footage so uncomfortable to watch now in hindsight. Because this wasn't isolated tension. This was years of unresolved conflict sitting in the same room silently. Then things got even more complicated once Lewis Hamilton allegedly entered the picture. And honestly, that changed everything. At first, people treated the rumors between Kim and Lewis like harmless celebrity gossip. A hotel sighting, a dinner rumor, public appearances. Nothing serious. But then the sightings kept happening. Paris, Japan, the Super Bowl, Coachella. Suddenly fans realized this wasn't just tabloid speculation anymore. And according to reports online, Kanye allegedly reacted badly once he realized Lewis wasn't just spending time with Kim. He was also around the children. That detail became a massive emotional trigger online. Because no matter how messy the relationship between Kim and Kanye became publicly, many fans believed Kanye would always react emotionally to another man entering the children's environment. Then came the photos. Lewis Hamilton with Kim. Lewis around North. Lewis reportedly helping chaperone outings. The internet instantly exploded. Some fans supported Kim completely, arguing she deserved happiness and stability after years of emotional chaos publicly. Others accused her of moving too fast around the children. And according to gossip pages, Kanye allegedly became increasingly frustrated behind the scenes as the relationship appeared to grow more serious publicly. That tension reportedly created another emotional layer heading into the May 2026 basketball game. Which is exactly why the footage shocked people so badly afterward. Because when Kim and Kanye entered that gym separately, avoided eye contact, refused to sit together, and visibly kept distance between themselves, fans immediately felt the emotional coldness. One viral tweet reportedly described the atmosphere as two parents sharing a room physically while emotionally living on different planets. That line spread everywhere online. And honestly, it perfectly captured the mood. No screaming. No fighting. No dramatic public explosion. Just silence. Cold silence. The kind children notice immediately. That's why people became so emotional discussing North afterward. Because according to fans watching the footage, North allegedly looked toward the stands multiple times during the game. And once people started imagining what it must feel like to play basketball while your parents visibly avoid each other in front of strangers, the internet completely melted down emotionally. Then another painful detail resurfaced. Kim has reportedly spoken publicly before about trying to protect her children from the internet backlash surrounding Kanye's controversies. But many fans online started asking, how do you protect a child when the tension is happening live in front of them? That question hit hard. Especially because North herself has increasingly become a public figure. TikTok appearances, fashion moments, music involvement, public events, celebrity friendships. She's growing up inside one of the most watched family situations on earth. And according to many fans, the emotional pressure attached to that reality is probably enormous privately. That's why rumors that North allegedly became emotional after the game spread so fast online. Because people already sensed the atmosphere looked emotionally unhealthy from the footage alone. Then another disturbing theory started circulating. Several gossip pages claimed the basketball game wasn't really about sports anymore. It had become another battlefield in Kim and Kanye's ongoing emotional Cold War. And according to insiders watching closely, what allegedly happened after the cameras stopped recording may have been even more heartbreaking than the footage itself. The real explosion started after the footage from Northwest's basketball game hit social media. Because once fans saw Kim Kardashian and Kanye West visibly avoiding each other inside the same gym, the internet immediately sensed something deeper was wrong. At first, people tried to downplay it. They are divorced. They don't have to sit together. It's normal co-parenting tension. But then viewers started replaying the clips frame by frame. That's when things got uncomfortable. Fans noticed Kim allegedly keeping her distance intentionally. Kanye reportedly standing away from the family area. Zero interaction between them. No smiles. No visible acknowledgement. And an atmosphere many online described as ice cold. One viral TikTok creator even slowed the footage down dramatically while emotional music played in the background, captioning it. Imagine being North looking into the stands. That video exploded instantly. Millions watched it. Comment sections filled with heartbreak emojis. And suddenly people weren't talking about celebrity gossip anymore. Now they were talking about emotional damage. Because according to social media users, the saddest part wasn't the divorce itself. It was how emotionally disconnected Kim and Kanye appeared while supporting their daughter publicly. Then came the first major twist. A gossip page suddenly claimed someone allegedly close to the situation said North appeared visibly upset after noticing the tension between her parents during the game. Now to be clear, there was no verified footage publicly showing North crying or breaking down at the event itself. But once the rumor spread online, the internet treated it like emotional confirmation of everybody's worst fears. People instantly began projecting onto the situation. What must she be feeling? How long has she been dealing with this? Does she blame herself? Is she tired of being caught between them? The conversation became intensely emotional almost overnight. And honestly, that's when the story truly went viral. Because children caught in celebrity divorce drama always hit audiences differently emotionally. Especially when the child involved is old enough to understand everything happening publicly. Then another disturbing detail resurfaced that made the situation look even worse. Fans began reposting old clips of Kanye publicly criticizing Kim's parenting choices over the years. Arguments about TikTok. Disagreements over North's music appearances. Social media exposure. School decisions. Security. Public image. Suddenly the basketball footage no longer looked like simple awkwardness. Now it looked like years of unresolved resentment silently boiling underneath the surface. And then came the Lewis Hamilton factor. Once fans remembered Lewis Hamilton had reportedly been spending more time around Kim and the children publicly. Everything escalated to another level completely. People started analyzing Kanye's body language differently. Some believed he allegedly looked angry. Others thought he looked emotionally defeated. A few fans even claimed Kanye appeared isolated during the event. Again, none of these interpretations were officially confirmed. But social media had already created its own emotional narrative. And honestly, the timing made everything worse. Because just days before the basketball game, photos of Kim and Lewis Hamilton together had already flooded the internet again. The relationship rumors were becoming impossible to ignore publicly. And according to several gossip creators, Kanye allegedly believed the relationship was getting much more serious than he originally expected. That theory exploded online. Now fans started viewing the basketball game like emotional fallout from a much larger situation happening privately behind closed doors. Then came another shocking rumor. One celebrity gossip page claimed Kim allegedly became frustrated during the event because she reportedly felt Kanye's energy was creating unnecessary tension around the children publicly. That rumor spread fast, because many fans already believed Kim prioritizes structure, stability, and emotional control publicly when the children are involved. Meanwhile, Kanye has increasingly been viewed online as emotional, unpredictable, and reactive during family conflicts. That contrast became another massive talking point. One side defended Kanye emotionally. He's watching another man around his kids. He still loves his family. He feels pushed out. But another side defended Kim. She's trying to create stability. The kids need peace. She can't keep living in chaos. The internet became completely divided. Then the second twist happened. Several fans who attended the game allegedly claimed the real tension wasn't loud at all. It was silent. That detail changed everything. Because according to people online, loud fighting would have actually been easier emotionally for North to process. Instead, what people allegedly witnessed was something colder. Two parents refusing to emotionally engage with each other while their daughter played in front of strangers recording everything. That emotional distance disturbed fans deeply. One viral tweet reportedly said, "Kids can survive divorce easier than emotional cold wars." That line spread everywhere online. And honestly, it perfectly captured why the footage affected people so strongly emotionally. Then another painful clip resurfaced of Kim previously admitting co-parenting with Kanye was really hard and emotionally exhausting. Once that interview started trending again, people suddenly began looking at Kim differently too. Instead of seeing a celebrity billionaire, many viewers started seeing a mother emotionally drained by years of public conflict. At the same time, old Kanye interviews resurfaced where he emotionally discussed feeling disconnected from his children and frustrated with the custody arrangement. That created even more division online. Because suddenly both sides looked hurt. Kim looked exhausted. Kanye looked emotionally isolated. And in the middle of all of it, North. That's why the story became so emotionally powerful online. Nobody fully looked like the villain. Nobody fully looked innocent. It looked like a family slowly collapsing emotionally under public pressure. Then came another disturbing rumor that pushed the story into another level completely. Several gossip blogs claimed people allegedly close to Kanye believed the Lewis-Hamilton relationship had emotionally intensified his reactions to family events privately. That theory exploded, because many fans already suspected the new relationship dynamic was quietly affecting Kanye much more than he admitted publicly. And honestly, the visuals alone made things look painful. Lewis around North publicly. Kim moving forward romantically. Kanye still emotionally attached to family identity. Bianca Censori reportedly frustrated by Kanye's inability to let go emotionally. The internet basically turned the situation into a giant emotional chessboard. Then another heartbreaking detail resurfaced. North has reportedly been pulled into multiple public disputes already. Music disagreements, trademark issues, social media arguments, parenting conflicts, Kanye's public accusations toward Kim. Once fans started listing everything North has already experienced publicly at only 12 years old, the internet became genuinely emotional. And then came the moment that really shook social media. A viral creator posted, "The breakdown wasn't the fight. The breakdown was the silence." That quote spread everywhere instantly. Because suddenly people realized something terrifying. There didn't need to be screaming at the basketball game for the emotional damage to feel real. The absence of warmth itself told the story. And according to insiders, what allegedly happened after the game privately may have made the emotional situation between Kim, Kanye, and North even worse than fans originally realized. By the next morning, the footage from Northwest's basketball game had completely taken over social media. Everywhere people looked, the same clips kept appearing. Kim sitting separately. Kanye standing at a distance. No interaction. No smiles. No warmth. And honestly, The internet became obsessed with the silence between them. Because according to many fans, the coldness felt more painful than an actual argument would have. Then things escalated even further once body language creators, celebrity bloggers, and TikTok relationship experts started analyzing every movement frame by frame. One creator claimed Kim allegedly looked emotionally tense the entire game. Another argued Kanye appeared frustrated and isolated. Some fans even insisted North reportedly looked toward the stands repeatedly as if she could feel the tension herself. Again, none of those interpretations were officially confirmed. But by then, the emotional narrative had already taken over the internet. And trust me, that narrative became much darker once rumors started spreading about what allegedly happened after the game ended. A gossip account suddenly claimed someone close to the situation believed North allegedly became emotional privately after noticing how uncomfortable the atmosphere felt between her parents during the event. That rumor exploded instantly. Because suddenly the story wasn't Kim and Kanye awkward at basketball game. Now it became North emotionally affected by her parents' Cold War. That distinction changed everything. Parents online became emotional. Fans started debating celebrity parenting. People shared personal stories about divorce trauma and childhood memories of witnessing tension between parents publicly. The situation suddenly felt painfully relatable to millions of people. Then another shocking reveal surfaced involving Lewis Hamilton. According to several celebrity blogs, some people allegedly believed Kanye's emotional reaction at the game was intensified by the growing seriousness of Kim's rumored relationship with Lewis. That theory spread like wildfire. Because by this point, Kim and Lewis had reportedly traveled together publicly. Lewis had allegedly spent time around the children. Photos of them together were everywhere online. And fans increasingly believed the relationship was becoming serious. Now people started asking terrifying emotional questions. Was Kanye struggling watching another man around North? Did the Lewis situation make the co-parenting tension worse? Was the basketball game secretly about much more than basketball? The internet became completely consumed by those theories. Then came another painful layer. Old interviews resurfaced where Kim Kardashian openly admitted co-parenting with Kanye had become emotionally exhausting behind closed doors. Once those clips started trending again, public sympathy around Kim exploded. Many viewers believed she looked emotionally drained after years of public feuds, social media rants, custody stress, online harassment, and constant unpredictability surrounding Kanye. But another side of the internet defended Kanye fiercely. Fans argued he looked like a father emotionally struggling to process divorce, losing family structure, seeing Kim move on publicly, and feeling disconnected from parts of his children's daily lives. That divide became massive online. One viral tweet reportedly said, "Kim looks tired. Kanye looks heartbroken. North looks caught in the middle." Millions saw it. And honestly, that single sentence perfectly captured why the footage hit people so emotionally. Then things got even more intense once Bianca Censori's name started getting dragged into the conversation too. Several gossip pages alleged Kanye's marriage with Bianca Censori had reportedly become strained because Kanye allegedly remained emotionally reactive whenever Kim's dating life became public news. That rumor exploded online instantly. Because many fans already suspected Kanye never fully emotionally moved on from Kim despite the divorce and new marriage. Now the internet began framing the basketball game as emotional proof of unresolved feelings still existing underneath everything. And honestly, the body language made those theories feel believable to many people. Then another disturbing detail resurfaced that made fans even more emotional. People began revisiting all the public moments where North had already been pulled into her parents' conflicts. The TikTok debates, music disagreements, trademark issues, Kanye mentioning her publicly during interviews, the mediation battle over her voice appearing on music. Suddenly fans realized North hasn't just witnessed occasional tension. She's been emotionally surrounded by it for years publicly. That realization hit the internet hard. One TikTok creator posted, "North growing up inside emotional warfare disguised as co-parenting." That video exploded overnight. And honestly, that's when the situation stopped feeling like celebrity gossip entirely. Now it felt tragic. Then came the biggest twist yet. A blogger allegedly claimed the most painful moment wasn't even caught on camera. According to the rumor, people close to the situation allegedly believed North privately wanted her parents to act normal together during her games, but instead keeps witnessing emotional distance every time they share public space. Now again, no official confirmation existed. But the rumor spread because it sounded heartbreakingly believable. Especially considering North's age now. At 12 years old, she's old enough to understand emotional tension even when adults pretend nothing is wrong. That reality devastated people online emotionally. Then another viral clip resurfaced of Kim saying, "Sometimes I feel like snapping, but I can't." Once that interview clip started circulating again, many fans interpreted it differently. Now people believed Kim wasn't talking about internet pressure alone. She may have been talking about years of emotional exhaustion trying to maintain peace around the children publicly. Meanwhile, old Kanye interviews about custody frustrations resurfaced simultaneously, creating even more emotional complexity. Because suddenly the audience saw a mother trying to create stability, a father feeling emotionally displaced, a child trapped between them, and millions of strangers watching everything happen publicly. That combination became emotionally explosive online. Then came the final shocking reveal. A major gossip account claimed insiders allegedly believed the basketball game footage deeply upset Kim afterward because she reportedly hated the idea of North seeing her parents emotionally disconnected in public spaces meant to feel safe. That rumor spread everywhere. Because at that moment, many fans realized something heartbreaking. The real issue wasn't whether Kim and Kanye screamed at each other publicly. The real issue was that their emotional distance had become so visible. Even strangers on the internet could feel it through a short video clip. And according to multiple insiders watching the situation closely right now, the emotional Cold War between Kim and Kanye may be getting worse behind closed doors, not better. At this point, social media wasn't just reacting to a celebrity basketball game anymore. The internet was having a full emotional meltdown over Northwest. Because once the footage of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West avoiding each other spread online, millions of people immediately started projecting their own childhood experiences onto the situation. And honestly, that's why the reaction became so massive emotionally. People weren't just seeing Kim and Kanye anymore. They were seeing divorced parents, emotional distance, uncomfortable silence, children caught in the middle, and families slowly falling apart in public. One viral comment reportedly said, "The saddest part is North probably notices everything now." That line exploded across TikTok and Twitter instantly. Parents flooded comment sections sharing painful stories about growing up watching their own mothers and fathers refuse to speak to each other at school events, sports games, and family gatherings. The conversation became deeply personal online. Then celebrity commentators entered the discussion. Some defended Kim heavily, arguing she has spent years trying to create stability for the children while dealing with non-stop chaos, public outbursts, and emotional unpredictability surrounding Kanye. Others defended Kanye emotionally, saying the internet ignores how painful it must feel watching your ex-wife publicly move on while another man becomes increasingly involved around your children. That debate completely divided social media. One side viewed Kanye as emotionally broken. The other viewed Kim as emotionally exhausted. And according to fans, both perspectives looked believable. Then came the Lewis Hamilton debate. Once Lewis Hamilton's name got pulled deeper into the story, the internet completely exploded again. Some fans supported Kim's rumored relationship fully. She deserves happiness. She moved on. Kanye can't control her forever. But another side felt the situation became emotionally complicated once Lewis reportedly started appearing around the children publicly. That created a huge argument online. People debated, When new partners should meet children. Co-parenting boundaries. Emotional adjustment. Celebrity parenting. And whether Kanye's reaction was actually understandable. One viral TikTok creator reportedly said, "You can hate Kanye all you want, but seeing another man around your daughter hits different emotionally." Millions watched that clip. But immediately another creator responded, "Kim shouldn't have to stay lonely forever because Kanye can't let go." That back and forth basically became the entire internet for hours. Then the body language experts arrived. And honestly, that made the situation even more dramatic. Creators started analyzing Kim's facial expressions, Kanye's posture, who avoided eye contact first, how far apart they sat, and whether North allegedly sensed tension during the game. The footage became internet obsession. One creator even described the atmosphere as a silent divorce war happening in public. That phrase spread everywhere. Meanwhile, several parenting influencers criticized both Kim and Kanye, arguing celebrity parents often underestimate how much children absorb emotionally even when adults think they're hiding tension successfully. That perspective hit people hard emotionally. Especially after old interviews resurfaced where Kim admitted co-parenting had become emotionally draining and Kanye openly complained about custody frustrations publicly. Suddenly audiences weren't looking at villains anymore. They were looking at emotional damage. And according to many fans online, North appeared to be carrying the emotional weight of it publicly. Then another shocking reaction wave started. Several women online defended Kim passionately after old clips resurfaced showing how much pressure she allegedly deals with privately trying to maintain routines, schedules, security, and emotional structure for the children. But at the same time, Kanye supporters accused the media of painting him like a crazy father anytime he emotionally reacts to losing family control publicly. That debate became incredibly toxic online. Twitter Spaces turned into screaming matches. TikTok live streams lasted for hours. Reaction channels uploaded non-stop videos analyzing the game footage repeatedly. And then came the most heartbreaking reaction of all. Several people who grew up with divorced parents said the silence between Kim and Kanye felt more traumatic than yelling would have. That perspective shocked the internet emotionally. One viral tweet reportedly said, "Kids can survive arguments. What destroys them is emotional emptiness." That line spread everywhere instantly. Because many viewers suddenly realized the real issue wasn't whether Kim and Kanye caused a public scene. It was the visible absence of warmth between them during a moment that was supposed to belong entirely to North. Then industry personalities started weighing in too. Some argued celebrity culture makes healthy co-parenting nearly impossible because every interaction becomes content for millions of strangers online. Others criticized fans directly for turning painful family dynamics into entertainment. One podcast host allegedly said, "We watched two parents silently struggle and turned it into viral content." That statement divided people immediately. Some agreed completely. Others argued the Kardashians and Kanye built careers around public exposure themselves. And honestly, that's what makes the situation so complicated emotionally. Because the family's public visibility makes audiences feel emotionally connected to them, while simultaneously making every private struggle impossible to hide. Then came another rumor that pushed the story even further emotionally. A gossip account allegedly claimed people close to Kim feared North was becoming increasingly aware of just how broken the relationship between her parents truly is. That rumor devastated fans online. Because suddenly the basketball footage no longer looked awkward. It looked heartbreaking. And according to people closely following the situation, the emotional fallout from that game may have affected North much more deeply than the public even realizes. Just when people thought the emotional fallout from Northwest's basketball game couldn't possibly get any sadder, another disturbing rumor quietly started spreading online that completely changed how fans viewed the situation. According to several gossip pages, people allegedly close to the family believe North has become increasingly aware of how emotionally broken the relationship between Kim Kardashian and Kanye West really is behind closed doors. And honestly, that rumor hit people hard. Because for years, many fans comforted themselves believing the children were probably protected from most of the tension publicly. But now? The internet isn't so sure anymore. Especially after the basketball footage. Because once millions of people watched Kim and Kanye visibly avoid each other in the same room during their daughter's game, the emotional distance between them suddenly felt impossible to hide. And trust me, the story became even darker once people started revisiting old moments involving North publicly. The TikTok debates. The mediation fight over music. Trademark disputes. Public interviews. Kanye's emotional outbursts. Kim discussing exhaustion. The Lewis Hamilton rumors. Suddenly fans realized North hasn't just witnessed isolated tension. She's grown up inside years of emotional conflict unfolding publicly in front of the entire world. That realization devastated people emotionally. Then came the biggest twist of all. A viral creator suddenly claimed. The real breakdown wasn't North crying. The real breakdown is North getting used to this. That line spread across social media instantly. Because deep down, many people believed it sounded terrifyingly believable. And honestly, that interpretation made the basketball footage feel much worse emotionally. Because if North has already normalized emotional coldness between her parents, what does that do to a child long term? The internet became flooded with emotional conversations. Divorce trauma. Celebrity parenting. Emotional neglect. Silent tension. Co-parenting damage. Children absorbing conflict quietly. At that point, the story stopped feeling like gossip completely. Now it felt tragic. Then another shocking rumor surfaced involving Lewis Hamilton. Several blogs claimed Kanye allegedly became even more emotionally reactive privately after realizing Lewis was no longer just casually dating Kim but increasingly becoming part of the children's environment publicly. That rumor exploded instantly. Because many fans already believed Kanye never emotionally accepted the collapse of the family structure completely. Now the internet started asking, did Lewis unintentionally intensify the emotional war? Does Kanye feel replaced? Is Kim moving forward emotionally faster than Kanye can handle? And most importantly, how is North processing all of this privately? That last question haunted social media. Especially after old clips resurfaced showing how confident and expressive North has become publicly over the years. Many fans started wondering whether her bold personality partly developed as emotional armor against the chaos surrounding her family life constantly. And honestly, that theory made people emotional. Then another heartbreaking detail resurfaced. Kim has reportedly admitted before that she tries desperately to shield the children from online backlash involving Kanye. But fans quickly pointed out something painful. You can hide headlines from children. You can't hide emotional tension in the same room. That realization hit hard online. Because at the basketball game, there were no screaming arguments. No public insults. No dramatic confrontation. Yet millions of strangers still instantly felt how broken the emotional atmosphere looked. Imagine how North felt. That thought devastated people. Then came another huge rumor. A gossip page claimed someone allegedly close to Kanye believed the public only sees 5% of the emotional conflict still happening privately between him and Kim regarding the children. Now again, no proof. But the internet completely spiraled after hearing that. Because if the basketball game footage represented only a small glimpse of the tension, what must things feel like behind closed doors? Then another painful clip resurfaced of Kim emotionally saying, "Sometimes I feel like snapping, but I can't." Once that clip started trending again alongside the basketball footage, many viewers interpreted it in a completely different way. Now people believed Kim wasn't simply exhausted from fame. She was emotionally exhausted from years of trying to maintain peace around children caught between two worlds. Meanwhile, Kanye supporters flooded social media arguing he looked emotionally heartbroken and isolated watching his family move on without him publicly. That emotional split became the final layer of the tragedy. Because at the center of all the debates, all the rumors, All the body language analysis, all the relationship drama, was still a 12-year-old girl trying to play basketball while the world analyzed her family's pain in real time. And according to several insiders watching the situation closely right now, the emotional distance between Kim and Kanye may still be getting worse behind the scenes, not better. Which means if another custody fight, another public rant, or another emotional disagreement involving the children explodes publicly soon, this family drama could spiral into something even more heartbreaking than fans have already witnessed. And honestly, this whole situation feels incredibly sad once you look past the celebrity headlines. Because at the center of all this tension, all this silence, and all this public drama is still North West, a 12-year-old girl trying to grow up while the entire world watches every interaction between Kim Kardashian and Kanye West like it's entertainment. And now fans everywhere are asking the same emotional question. Did North just witness the moment her parents' co-parenting relationship completely emotionally collapsed? Because according to online speculation, the basketball game wasn't really about sports at all anymore. It became another chapter in years of custody tension, emotional distance, public embarrassment, relationship drama, and unresolved pain between Kim and Kanye. So now we want to hear from you. Do you all think the internet is overreacting to the footage? Or do you believe the emotional tension between Kim and Kanye has genuinely reached an unhealthy level for the children involved? And what about the Lewis Hamilton situation? Do you think Kanye is struggling emotionally seeing Kim move on publicly? Or should he simply focus on co-parenting peacefully no matter who Kim dates? Because social media is completely divided right now. Some fans blame Kanye for making situations emotionally uncomfortable. Others believe Kim moving another man around the children publicly may have intensified everything behind closed doors. And honestly, that's what makes this story so heartbreaking. Nobody fully knows what North is feeling privately. Nobody knows how much tension the children actually witness behind closed doors. And nobody knows whether Kim and Kanye are moving toward healing or further emotional separation. So drop your honest thoughts in the comments right now. But keep it respectful because behind the viral clips and internet debates, these are still real children dealing with real emotional consequences. And trust me, if another custody battle, emotional interview, or public conflict involving Kim and Kanye explodes soon, this entire situation could become even more painful than what fans already witnessed at that basketball game.